What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Charlotte Flair multiple injuries, Kenny Omega's injury was incredibly serious, big change coming to AJ Styles' character, is Rikishi returning to WWE? WWE has no plans for these superstars, is CM Punk changing up his look? Seth Rollins tributes to dearly departed WWE superstars at a house show, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new website, Wrestlelamia.com. Now let's see the intro and get straight into our first story. Now our first story looks at multiple injuries for Charlotte Flair. Atop of today's news is an update concerning Charlotte Flair's medical status. More details have emerged on Charlotte Flair's injury, which is expected to sideline her for 9 months. Once you hear the injury report, you'll understand why the 37-year-old superstar will be out of action for some time. PW Insider's Mike Johnson reported, Charlotte Flair suffered a torn ACL, a torn meniscus, and a torn MCL when she fell from the top rope while wrestling Asuka. She will be having surgery as soon as it can be scheduled, PWInsider.com was told. The belief, although not confirmed, is that she suffered a strained neck in the fall as well. The timing couldn't have been worse for the Queen, as the Royal Rumble is just a month away and the WWE likely had big plans for her at WrestleMania. Those plans are unknown. It'll be interesting to see how the WWE rearranges things. As always, we send our best to Charlotte for a fast recovery. Next up, Kenny Omega's injuries were incredibly serious. Charlotte Flair isn't the only wrestler dealing with a serious medical injury. Kenny Omega recently informed his fans that he was at a hospital and taking time off from the ring due to a pressing medical injury. Details emerged that Omega is dealing with diverticulitis. Dave Meltzer provided additional information during an episode of the Wrestling Observer. I did not hear if he had surgery yet on it, but he was rushed on the hospital on Friday. He'd been in a lot of pain and he thought what happened was, you'll probably all remember, that he had a hernia in 2022 that was really bad, which caused him that long period off, and he's been hurting really bad, and he had presumed it was a hernia. According to Meltzer, Omega believed it was a hernia-related incident and could continue training and wrestling. However, he was hurting really bad on Wednesday when he did the promo with Jericho on Dynamite. By that point, it was really bad, so he went to the hospital and he found out he had diverticulitis. It was in a really bad situation. I mean, in the sense of it, if he had not gone another day or so, it could have been horrendous. Meltzer added, I don't know how long he's going to be out and I don't think anyone does. It was a very serious situation by the time he got to the hospital. I will continue following this story and send our best wishes to Kenny Omega for a speedy recovery. Next up, big change coming to AJ Styles' character. AJ Styles is back on SmackDown and he's not only looking jacked, but he's sporting a new look. Ringside News recently reported on the pre-taped edition of SmackDown that will air this Friday, commenting on a change in AJ Styles' appearance and attitude. As revealed by an image from the 22nd December edition of Friday Night SmackDown, AJ Styles could be seen wearing an all-black ensemble, signifying his heel turn. According to the report, Styles also acted like a heel. During this week's episode of Friday Night SmackDown, AJ Styles' music hit and he made his return to the ring where he took out Roman Reigns. He then attacked LA Knight to close the show. Another report on the show also notes that Styles complained about Randy Orton getting a title shot against Reigns, which led to SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis booking a triple threat match between Randy Orton, LA Knight, and AJ Styles to determine Reigns' opponent at the Royal Rumble. Styles' heel turn could be the start of big things going into WrestleMania 40. If Randy Orton wrestles Roman Reigns at the Rumble, AJ Styles could cost the Viper the match, setting things up for a Styles vs Orton match at WrestleMania. Equally important, it could keep Orton from losing momentum by dropping a match to Roman so soon after his return at Survivor Series and give a non-bloodline excuse for Reigns keeping the title. Next up is Rikishi returning to WWE. It is Rikishi returning to the WWE to straighten out the bloodline. Roman Reigns is a tribal chief, but Rikishi is the father of the Usos, Jay and Jimmy, and Solo, and it appears he may be trying to sort things out. The Hall of Famer recently posted a poll on Instagram asking the WWE Universe to choose between Jay and Jimmy Uso. Rikishi recently spoke with celebrated wrestling journalist Bill Apter about whether he's coming back to fix the mess. Sportskeeda noted, the veteran refused to comment on when asked if he was going to return to the company down the line. The legend added that he could not say anything until the time is right. Well, I'd have to go. Press his fingers to lips. I'd have to go silent on that. Would you guys like to see Rikishi return as part of the storyline war between Jay and Jimmy Uso? Rumor has it that the WWE had plans on holding off Jay and Jimmy's first match until WrestleMania 40, so it could be some time before Rikishi shows up. Next up, WWE are not using any of these superstars. If you're wondering where some of these WWE superstars are that you haven't seen on television in some time, Fightful Select Sean Ross Sapp recently updated fans on the whereabouts of status of several superstars who have seemed to vanish from WWE TV. The first is Dexter Lumis. The report notes that Lumis hasn't wrestled a match since May, he's not been on a show and hasn't been in many recent tapings. We're told that he isn't injured and is good to go whenever WWE develops creative plans. Lumis was working with Johnny Gargano, and at one point it looked like the WWE was going to reunite Gargano's NXT faction The Way. However, the WWE now seems focused on Gargano and Ciampa reviving their DIY team from NXT. The next is Odyssey Jones. The report notes that while Jones hasn't appeared on TV, he's worked at house shows, teaming with Cameron Grimes against Austin Theory and Grayson Waller on recent live events. But what about Omos? The Nigerian Nightmare was last seen on TV at SummerSlam, where he competed in the Slim Jim SummerSlam Battle Royal. According to Fightful, sources in WWE told us they feel like Omos can be used in an attraction role, but there haven't been many creative pitches thrown his way. However, he wrestles semi-regularly on live events, usually against the likes of Akira Tozawa. And one of the problems with Omos is the balancing act the WWE has booking with him. On one hand, it's unrealistic to have him lose to anyone but WWE's top stars, or he'll just seem like a giant-sized jobber. On the other hand, they can book him so far as he's not a viable long-term world champion due to his limitations in the ring. Do you guys miss seeing any of these superstars on TV? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Bobby Lashley's new client on hold. Is Lashley adding superstars to his current client list of the Street Profits of Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins? While the WWE's teased the almighty recruiting B-Fab, there's been no news on that front. However, you may recall another name that was mentioned for joining the group, Odyssey Jones. As we saw, Odyssey has been working at some house shows, but what about joining Lashley? Fightful Select is reporting we're told that he'd been pitched for the Street Profits Lashley group at one point, but there's been no development on screen. Given Triple H's glacial pace for storytelling, it's no surprise that fans haven't seen any developments with the storyline of Bobby Lashley building his own faction. Consequently, it wouldn't be a shock if B-Fab and or Jones joined Bobby's group. Next up, CM Punk changing up his look. The WWE Universe began buzzing with talk about this after recently returned WWE superstar posted a shot on Instagram hinting that he'll be wearing his long pants instead of his ring tights when he wrestles Dom at Madison Square Garden on 26 December. Punk deleted the post, which only added to the speculation. This will mark Punk's first WWE match since the 2014 Royal Rumble. Punk commented on his upcoming bout against Dirty Dom during an appearance at last Friday's Cage Fury Fighting Championships 128 show. Watch me beat up Dirty Dominic. I've been wanting to punch this kid in the face since he was 8 years old. Now he's legal and I'm gonna destroy him. Next up, how Top Dolla's Botch actually saved his life. A former superstar, Top Dolla, owes his life to the spot where he bungled a dive over the top rope during a spot on SmackDown. Top Dolla tweeted on the 1-year anniversary of the debacle that the Botch saved my life. I made a dive a dozen times before, legs felt off, but I didn't think about it. After I failed, I went to the doc and found out I had type 2 diabetes and my blood sugar was 626. I almost lost my life and I was about to lose both feet. The Botch saved my life. Top Dolla added, I thankfully don't need insulin and hopefully never will, but that could also change any day. The WWE released Top Dolla in September and fans are now waiting to see what's next for the big man. And finally, Seth Rollins tributes two dearly departed WWE superstars. Last but not least, Seth Rollins took time after a house show match in Rochester, Minnesota to honor two beloved wrestlers who were taken from us far too early. The Visionary cut a promo where he referenced Bray Wyatt and Brody Lee, too many shared special memories with in the ring. I know they got the lights down real low for us. The mood is set. Has anybody got any fireflies among the audience tonight? I see a couple. I see a few now. Yeah, this is that time of the year. Loved ones are always on our minds, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ex-user Macho Hype Man shared a video of the touching moment. The WWE house shows give wrestlers a chance to interact with fans in special ways like this that they can't actually do on TV. What do you think of the tribute? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.